Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my name, and it is
Morning
Larson.
announcements.
I don't appreciate it, guy.
Yeah.
This is but enough about me, and he's already making it about himself.
That's the staple of the podcast. My name's
Correct.
Andrew. This is number 2. It's been a long time.
That's
There is a cat in the background currently, kind of taking.
He's in the foreground.
Yeah.
Faux show.
And we just kind of wanted to touch base with you guys because it's been quite some time, and I know that our fans out there who email us and send us letters have been very disappointed.
If you had a kid in between this time, it would be walking by now.
At this rate, yeah. No, your kids, you're waving goodbye, on the bus. That's at this rate,
For sure.
And we're talking first podcast, infant, and now waving goodbye at the bus. Wondering, college. Wow. I don't know if it's been that long. I don't think it's college.
I can't call it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's all been a mess.
We're really spending a lot of time in the nostalgia of the podcast that maybe 3 people have seen. So it's okay.
I think the last time I looked at the
numbers.
numbers, it was around at least a steady 3,000 monthly viewers. I don't know. That was just me, and that was just me calculating the
Well,
accumulative.
the problem is YouTube is fucking us. They're taking away our views.
Yeah,
Because they don't want you to know about us.
You think we're being blackballed or
We're too close.
shadow banned? We've been shadow banned from.
It's very possible we've been shadow banned, and I'm not gonna rule it out. But I mean, that's why you, the viewer, have to
stand up.
Yeah, stand up against.
Get your arms.
Yeah,
Yes.
Stand up against the shadow banning, which
You
is
got-
obviously taking place because this is gold. There's no reason why this shouldn't have millions of views. But it will.
in time.
Yeah, it will in time.
Well, it's happened. They just don't want us to know about it.
That's a good point.
I guess we do some current events. Keep it current. Keep things.
All right, well,
to
as
the
you all
point
Let's
of-
liven it up, guys. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's a
we-
lot going on right now,
we
and I'm
got
just
Bruce.
sensing a lot of energy that
Whoa, we got
is not
Bruce.
so into what's going on right now. What's
I'm just relaxed. I wouldn't even say I want to I'm not. I'm
well,
not
maybe
in a,
put a little
I don't
crook
want to
in
be.
the
I'm not
back.
in a hype mood. I'm not in
Yeah,
a
but yeah,
boom bang boom. I'm just in
he's
a.
looking skinny. He hasn't had enough carbs today.
Let's get some vitamins injected
I'm
in.
in a this
Have you
is
seen
me and
those
you
vitamin
talking at a
IVs?
coffee shop mood.
Hmm?
This is me and you. I'm just talking at a
Taking
coffee
you on
shop.
a date?
I'm not talking. I'm talking to the listener. You're here, but I want them to be the main person I'm talking to.
Are you trying to take them on a date? This isn't.
I don't know. Are we on a date? Who knows? I don't know how they're viewing this. They could be listening to it. They could be listening to it
And you flipping the beam to it.
that would be that would
Desirable.
be understandable. Yeah, and I would encourage that.
Flattered.
If anything, yeah, I would feel very flattered. So if you are doing that, don't stop.
Send us a recording.
Actually, stop. Don't touch yourself.
Don't touch the bean. Put the bean down.
In 5 seconds, you may be resumed slowly.
Counterclockwise.
Just have the whole podcast turn into an edging.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we know a lot is going on right now in our world, and we haven't really gotten a chance to sit down and talk about it as a
We
group.
haven't.
And I'd love to, obviously update ourselves and the people.
Elephant in the room.
Big time.
The 2020 election.
And the elephant's losing.
The elephant this is why we have you here. No, it's true. The elephant is losing, and the elephant wasn't expected to lose. As a matter of fact, they had a DraftKings survey that basically literally stated that most of America, I think it was every single state other than Colorado, was currently. You can just open up the thing. It's fine. It's
No,
fine.
continue.
They're gonna hear it no matter what. He's for the viewer. He's opening up. Opening up a White Claw or something.
What are you talking about? Every place except Colorado?
Yeah, so every single place other than Colorado. It's just they can hear it. So there's.
Well,
no
now they
reason-
can.
Yeah, obviously.
Thanks to you.
No, but it's I just.
Okay, Colorado.
It's just going there. Yeah.
The weed smokers.
Yeah, so the Colorado weed smokers were nope, Biden's gonna win, and they felt very good about that, at least from a DraftKings standpoint. And every other state, including New Jersey, which is where we're from, and they all said Trump was gonna win.
Here's
Was
the
that
problem.
pre or post Corona?
That literally happened the night before, DraftKings.
The election.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, here's the
Yeah.
problem. Here's the problem. DraftKings is mainly a sports betting site,
Yeah.
and the people that are going to bet on sports are generally Trump supporters.
Also, I don't know about that, but also the polls
People
were.
who bet in money are generally Trump supporters. I think people who invest in the stock market, people who just care about money tend to
Mhm.
be Trump supporters.
The
Like,
polls,
yeah.
the polls were pretty centered towards Biden. Though I'm surprised that people were willing to put their money down on something that was pretty
Yeah.
out of the realm of, you know.
I think after last election where the polls were so awful, dude, don't. Dude, nobody wants to hear someone vape. I actually had what was it? I was listening to, what was I on? Was I on a Zoom? I was on a Zoom, and I hung up because I heard them vape mid-Zoom. Oh, no. It wasn't a Zoom. It felt like a Zoom. Everything feels like a Zoom. But I was, like all of 2020 has been just one giant Zoom call. And I was on like the roadside assistance for AT&T, and which is weird. That's my roadside assistance. I do it through my phone, my phone service. And the lady, she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just find your provider real fast." And I'm just like, it just felt really unprofessional. It just felt unprofessional.
She could have been stealing gas.
Or maybe she has some sort of like a nerve issue where she needs to consistently
I don't think that's
let it in, let it out.
I think it was so simple, like what it was. It's just, I don't know. It's
Here's the thing.
just sounds like I
if
just
you're
feel like
doing
when someone's
roadside
listening to it.
assistance, those gas prices they're gonna rack up. Maybe you gotta steal some gas sometimes.
I think no, she was in the call center. Yeah.
I doubt that she was vaping out the call center.
Well,
Well, I
no,
don't
she
know.
was. No,
I was working an office
she
job.
was
I
probably, yeah,
was
she was-
I was vaping and drinking all day.
Where?
You're drinking at the office?
Yeah, my boss bought us wine.
Oh, really?
We had a wine subscription.
Oh, that's fire.
That is pretty dope. Well, you had a much different situation than somebody at a roadside assistance.
We don't know. We've never worked there. They could
Bigger companies.
I think
usually
they were
would-
working from home. I think she was working
Maybe
from
that
home.
could be the case.
I think
They
that's what it was.
dude, they could fuck like buddies over there. What are they doing all day? They're telling people, like, talking about people's problems. Like, maybe that gets them hot.
I'm imagining like a Wolf
Sure,
of Wall
okay.
Street type of situation, but it's only roadside assistance stuff. So it's like, "Hi, yeah, how can I help you? Want a fucking tow? I got a fucking tow.
It's just super pumped to that.
fucking tow right here.
Get the fucking loot.
They're waving.
They have like traffic cones on the titties.
That's one fucking tow.
A tow guy comes over and just accidentally runs over the person's whole car to send Quaaludes. He beats the shit out of the driver with a lead
That's
pipe.
the thing about 2020. I think if a president really wants my support, what they need to do is bring back Quaaludes.
Yeah.
Because I think as the movies portrayed it, and the only source of history that I believe in is movies,
Mm-hmm.
and Quaaludes look like the best time in America.
I find the word Quaalude to be so like archaic. Like when someone says Quaaludes, I just imagine just like an old person. You know, I don't think of like
Here's the
drugs.
thing.
I just think of old people.
Here's the thing, Andrew. For some reason, you don't like old people when old people are the best.
I don't hate old people. I just think old people are annoying, and I think that's it.
That's
It's a
the
big
thing.
generalization. There's a lot of very
Old people are way better.
wisdomful old people out there.
I haven't met them.
Also,
I haven't met them.
you ever kiss a woman older than you, like a significant amount? It's interesting.
haven't,
It's
no.
funny.
Yo, can you grab the cat because he's just gonna keep meowing until like
Here's the thing. He likes people.
yeah.
I feel like to an extent we
Maybe
gotta.
take a turn. Like it's Bobby's turn. Take the
It's
cat.
not. I don't. Come on.
Look, it's struggling, dude. So this cat, just to give you a little bit of heads up, if Larson, if you want to explain to the viewers the state of this cat's existence.
Basically, all right. I don't like how the state of this. It's a cat with the shakes.
You can describe what the shakes are.
You know, he just got something in his brain where he's constantly in a pinball and he can't really move good.
He's constantly in a pinball.
And that's just what this cat.
Just hold it like a regular cat, dude.
He's a good guy.
He's just like resting the cat on the thigh, and the cat is.
Alright,
like,
dude, do they need a
terrified.
full blow-by-blow of everything that happens?
All right,
You just open a can of Bud Light.
All right, America. This is what we're gonna talk about.
America?
Oh, we could be reaching out internationally.
I was about to say there may be
Alright,
a couple
Islam.
people from Canada.
Canada,
You know.
fuck you. Go away.
I disagree. Canadian viewers, you are loved and
There's
cherished.
12 people there. We don't need them.
There's 12 people in Canada, so I mean,
Here's the thing. Don't buy our merch. Don't watch your videos. Go the fuck away. But for everyone else, let me tell you something. I want to talk about the new craze in America. It's not that new anymore. But hard seltzers and how it has taken this country by storm. Before it used to be beer and vodka
yeah.
infiltrating
hmm
the young man's parties. But now there's
It's
White
because it's
Claws.
healthy, and I think people are health conscious nowadays, and I
Is
think
it
they're.
healthy? It's sugar. I'm drinking one right now. It says it has less than 1 gram of sugar. But
Yeah, no, it's really not too sugarful.
But it. All right,
Not
come
even
on.
comment on the cat. The cat. I want to go ahead and apologize once again for the cat.
Dude, literally, you act like that. The key.
You
One
realize
of the big
people
keys to
just
this
can
thing.
only hear the cat. That's what they also.
Here's the thing. People like cats, Andrew.
people like cats.
You got a rat face.
I have a rat face.
The cat is fine.
The cat is perfectly fine.
I think that if I was listening to a podcast,
Look,
I
he
would be
loves
like,
this.
I know you're having a great time. I'm just saying you have to imagine someone else who's listening to just a cat
and they're
and like willingly.
Andrew, what video-
And I'm also imagining being a listener to a podcast who you hear one meow in the background and then hear 5 minutes about where the meow started, its origin.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking continue what we're
Well,
talking
what the
about.
fuck?
It's not one meow. There was at least like 20. 30
Yo, I'm
meows.
looking at a picture on the internet right now, guys.
And I also would like to bring up that I think that somebody who's listening to this right now is probably like, you know what? He's the only one standing up for me and my hatred of this meowing sound, but I hope he doesn't
Andrew,
stop.
people don't hate
Because
things
people-
as much as
And
you
then
do.
Because
if
people-
there's one, there
Yeah.
must be at least 10 people who are like, with this fucking cat thing that he keeps bringing up. With
Yeah.
this fucking, he's calling everybody out.
I
Everyone
don't-
must feel like they're walking on eggshells in that.
Yeah.
place.
Let me
I
tell you, this is a guy coming with
Yeah.
an animated cat shirt right now.
I'm not anti-cat. I want that to be known.
You're
I love
anti-
cats.
He's not.
I love
no,
cats.
lies.
I just feel as though it would be better for the interview. I think the cat is now calmed down. Larson, what were you saying about the seltzer?
What's going on with them?
Yeah.
Why are people going to start butt chugging them? Is that something I'm going to see in the future?
Probably be more comfortable than butt chugging a whole beer, I'd assume. Beer doesn't go down as
Would you
salsa.
prefer a butt chug from a seltzer or a beer? And why would it matter? It's a butt chug.
I'm going to go with a beer because the nozzle looks like it's more gentle on my asshole.
What if the seltzer had a nozzle?
I'm also going to go beer because I think my organs are more used to it.
Yeah.
And the sugar, like something about a White Claw or a Truly, they seem a little bit more acidic.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I don't know if you guys knew this, the viewers. I know my friends know it. I'm Deadpool, so it doesn't matter too much.
That's good. That's good. That's just good that they know that now.
Wait, hold on. What was before that?
He's referring to his inability to take seltzer up the ass. Or no, his ability to take
Well,
seltzer
I'm worried about everyone else.
or beer, and he's just giving
That
a
was
recommendation
qualified.
for everybody else. But it doesn't really matter for him because
I'm Deadpool.
he's Deadpool and is obviously immortal. So it really doesn't.
The acidity
It doesn't
doesn't matter.
pertain. Yeah, it doesn't really.
The pH of my body stays constant.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
But for you guys, like when you're shoving stuff up your ass,
I'm gonna.
keep the pH to you.
I'm gonna grab the conversation by the horns, if you will, and I'm gonna steer it in the election direction.
Here's the thing: people
Again,
have
um,
consumed way too much election talk.
I feel like they haven't. I feel like people have this void in their lives.
It's in the air.
We all have, and I think that like the election just
Right, bud.
fits itself right into that void.
Here's the thing about
And
elections.
let me get the cat. I'll get the cat.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna take them out. Here's the thing about election, guys. There ain't no monkeys in it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's all monkeys.
All right. Well, how about
I'd
this?
say they're all asses.
How about you grab the cat? Bobby and I will discuss the election.
Fantastic.
So, who were you obviously hoping to have win? What was your ideal scenario?
I really had no general hope. It just
Yeah.
the last 4 years, it's been quite interesting to see Trump troll the public a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like although Trump definitely has his moments that should really scare anyone in politics,
Yeah.
I think this was kind of this nation's wake up call a little bit to start changing some things around because
Yeah.
people are only like by the year people
Yeah.
are getting more and more distrustful
Yeah.
of the general politician,
Mhm.
and right now it seems that you're seeing why. And even if you disagree with Trump politically in a lot of ways, it is interesting how a lot of things are coming out that weren't coming out before.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's the whole gross kind of drain the swamp gimmick and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
really, I mean, I've heard more, like, there's been so much interesting concession from people about what certain politicians have done, and so many, I've never seen these sorts of things looked into so thoroughly
Yeah.
and seen so many articles discussing things that everybody had a suspicion was going on this whole time, but nobody really talked about it.
We're talking about pedos.
Pedos is one of them, honestly.
Pedos are a big thing right now. Pedos
Clearly.
are everywhere. They're taking over the nation.
The
They're
old
taking
hat-
over
The problem
world.
with a political pedo is, look,
Yeah.
there's a pedo in Howell.
Okay.
I see him sniffing one of my brother's hair. You can deck him real quick.
I think we brought that up. Yeah, it's like I think it's because it's the accessibility of the pedo which allows you to like inflict damage and harm to them
But
immediately.
when we have a presidential pedo, it's a lot harder to deck him in the face. But I will tell you, viewers, if it comes out Biden or Trump, whoever wins, I'm not
Most likely going to be Biden.
more than likely going to be Biden.
More than likely, he
It's
already
not-
won Nevada basically at this rate.
If something comes out where he's fidangling the testes of a young child, send me 5,000 euros, only euros, and I'll deck him right in his chin.
I just don't see you doing all that. is
And I
the
also
thing.
don't know why.
I don't think you have that access.
Yeah, I also think that like you would like just the whole 5,000 euros. Like, how would that like compensate for the amount of work you'd have to get
Jail
into?
time.
Yeah, the amount of
Yeah.
jail time.
What did we just establish in the
The Deadpool, the Deadpool thing. But that doesn't necessarily like just because you're Deadpool doesn't mean you're not imprisonable. Like you can still now you just live an immortal life behind bars.
I don't think you know enough about Deadpool, but he can teleport.
I did not know that, and yeah, I guess I mean if
You
you have
learn
the
something
ability,
new every
to,
day.
yeah, I guess so.
So within this podcast, I just wanted to establish the lore. I am Deadpool, and 5,000 euros, I'll punch a diddler.
Well, there you go. There you go. You heard it here first. Any diddler, you got a guy ready to go. 5,000 euros, which equates to how many dollars was the euro? Zero. Is it a good exchange? Bad exchange?
It's like I think it's probably like $5,200.
It's probably just a little bit like more dollars.
$5,200 compared to what?
Are you saying? I think no. I think isn't the euro worth less?
no, it's worth
Then
more.
Euros
dollar?
more.
The euro's worth more than a
I
dollar.
believe
right now?
so, yes.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, didn't the
5,200.
dollar? Yeah, the dollar. Talk about this recession we're about to head into.
Well, also, we just have more money.
Well, because the Federal Reserve just printed a
But-
crap ton of it.
Well, yeah, but we have
yeah.
a certain.
And the problem
you
with
know,
the euro is at one point it was a lot higher. It was like 50 cents more than the dollar. But as more countries are leaving
That
the
makes
European
sense.
Union,
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's getting
yeah.
a little weaker, a little weaker.
That's why the pound is killing it, though, too.
Yeah.
Because there's less pounds out there than there is U.S. dollars.
They're still using the pound?
The UK is, yeah.
The pound,
Oh, wow.
wasn't the pound just reinstated like 2 years ago?
No, the pound was always around.
But I
It
thought
was
they were
just-
I thought they were.
Pound was always around. The euro for a hot second was like what the UK, I believe, was what the UK was using. And then after they seceded from the EU recently,
Mm-hmm.
they are, no
Interesting
euros.
UK news. I heard the Queen is stepping down, and then Epstein's best friend is taking over the.
What is that, Prince Andrew?
Isn't it Charles?
Prince Charles? Is that Prince Andrew?
Wait, they just stepped down? I thought that they,
She decided she was stepping down. I don't know if
Okay.
she's done it yet.
I mean,
Isn't
they
there
can't-
like some sort of burning ceremony?
Wait, did you
in
hear?
place,
Did
or-
you hear that? Not to like completely derail. I'm kind of derailing though. Did you hear that Putin is retiring?
He ain't gonna retire, man.
He's retiring, dude. Yeah, he
Well, what-
apparently he's
retiring from presidency, but he isn't retiring from being Putin.
no.
He's gonna Putin the fuck up.
Well,
man.
the problem is, he said, or at least this is just a secondary resource I had gotten. My friend was like, yeah, he has Parkinson's or something like that, and
Can you
so
imagine
he's,
if Khabib, now that Putin's retired, Khabib becomes president of Russia?
Wow. Honestly, I feel safe as fuck. He's not as crazy and irreverent as fucking Putin is.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's
I know
very
nothing
reserved,
about
religious
Khabib.
man.
I don't even know who Khabib is.
He's
I
a
know,
religious
I know
man,
he's a
he's very
UFC
chill.
fighter. I know that.
All right, why don't you take in a little knowledge real quick?
I'm taking it in.
He's a UFC fighter,
Mhm.
probably the most respectable UFC fighter that there's ever been, and
Mhm.
it's a respectable breed of people, even though they beat the shit out of each other.
Well,
Like
some of them are
Khabib,
respectable.
just to give you one quick story of how respectable Khabib is, his last retirement fight that he just had with this guy Justin Gaethje, he wanted to submit him, and he was going for an arm bar,
Yeah.
but decided to randomly change to a triangle choke
Yeah.
and choked him out. Actually, put him to sleep,
Yeah.
and that was the end of the fight.
Oh wow.
Now, his friend, Khabib's friend, Daniel Cormier, called him and asked him, like, you risked a lot going from that arm bar to that triangle choke. Why'd you do it? and he said, well, I knew his parents were there, and I had seen interviews where he said that if I try to submit him, he would never tap. And I didn't want to break his arm in front of his parents. So
Oh my
instead he
gosh,
put him
wow.
to sleep. Isn't that crazy?
That's rough.
That's amazing.
No, but that's nice of him because it's like yeah, like I not only did like a move that would have been somewhat risky, I'm assuming something that could have like potentially
Totally.
had him lose the match, or the fight,
Yeah.
but you know it was like more or less trying to like be compassionate towards like you know his fellow man.
To be that calm, cool, and collected when somebody's trying to take your fucking head off.
I think you have to also remember like these people do it professionally. You know, like these people do it like.
But they're
that's-
in there with another professional.
Yeah,
that's
but
also
that's what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
take their
But
head
yeah,
off.
but when you reach a certain level, it's like you eat, live this shit. You know, like you like you know what's happening, when it's gonna happen.
But like people like Justin Gaethje and other people who interview after fights and things, a lot of them like literally are just on autopilot the whole time.
no,
Like
that's
they're
the
not
thing.
really
No, I agree.
cognitive. Their
No.
coach is almost like running the fucking show.
No, I
So
agree.
it's interesting to see him
Yeah.
have that level of compassion in such a heated battle. And by the way, when he lost round one, I don't think we should get this sidetracked. But anyway, the election we were talking about before. Now, it's been interesting seeing Trump troll the public for as long as
I think
he
it was
has.
actually weirder for you to sidetrack off of like a thought. You just finished the Khabib thought you were just.
That was
stating.
done.
That was it.
Yeah.
So
Did you have
he's
something
just
to
a
go
good
on
guy.
after
He's a
that?
good guy who you think would be a good president of Russia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dictator, for sure.
Dictator. Yeah. All right. No, I didn't. I just wanted to like. I mean, you know, yeah. But back to I guess the election.
Now it's way weirder. You could have just flown.
I don't. No. It's not weird because I wanted to like make sure that like that was it.
You had to
That
make
was
it
that
weird,
was the
totally.
point. That was the point in which you finished. That's finito.
Mhm.
I feel very awkward now.
You feel awkward about it. I don't feel awkward at all. I feel
Well,
like
yeah, I
that
know
was.
because you're when generally when
Because
someone,
you created the
Yeah.
fucking...
I didn't create anything.
That's
I
like when
just- I
someone
just
rips
was-
ass and goes, I don't smell it. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
because they
Like,
can
it's-
smell it, so it doesn't make sense. Because I don't feel that awkwardness.
But here's
Whereas,
the
like,
thing.
if I were to fart, I would be able to smell my own fart.
You'd
and
be
be
able
like,
to smell it, but it wouldn't
I'd be like,
repulse you. You're
yes,
used
it
to
would. It
No,
would.
but
I'd be like,
Andrew,
dang, wish I
wouldn't.
didn't. I wish I didn't fart.
Andrew,
It was a lot.
here's the
It
common
smelled a lot
bullshit.
better before I
No,
farted.
here's the
Why are
real
you
bullshit.
such a brick wall? Like, why can't you just understand that if you did rip ass in a room,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be that bothered by it? Other people would.
Why don't I understand that? It's not that I don't understand it. I think that's the wrong terminology. I just don't agree.
Completely right terminology.
I just don't agree with
No,
what
but
you're
Bob,
saying.
this is
I
the-
understand.
this is
All right, so you
No.
literally
I
fart
understand what
such
you're
a
saying.
small amount that you are still disgusted by your own
No,
farts.
no. I farted. Like, I farted, and I thought to myself, like, damn, that sucks. Really wish I didn't do that. You know, it was smelling really good before I farted, and now it smells bad, you know? Like, I like to take a lot of, like, personal, like, I look at my personal hygiene, like, how can I smell better? Especially given, like, my situation, where, just so the viewer knows,
He's a bum.
yeah, a bum living in this car. So something that, you know, is obviously fraught with various challenges, one of which
Absolutely fraud.
fraught, yes, definitely. A myriad, if you will.
Myriad?
Myriad,
Woo, the writer.
tomato. I don't really see the difference.
There's a big difference because you don't say.
Well, one's not a word.
One's definitely a word because it's spelled the exact same in my head. It just
Myriad.
wasn't.
No, but here's the thing, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is the common denominator.
I
that
actually
you run
don't.
it. No,
I actually
shut
don't
the fuck
think.
up.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the
go
common
ahead.
denominator in every single one of Andrew's arguments that
Uh-huh.
make you look like a bum. In your
Okay, go
arguments
ahead. Go ahead.
Is you go into it's in my head. When
Yeah.
it's spelled the same way in my head. Okay,
Yeah.
well I don't give a fuck how it's spelled in your head. Here's or from before what you're saying, which I was trying to get in.
Yeah.
On you're like, well, no, because I wouldn't do that because I know that I smell my own farts. But
Yeah.
you're saying this. You gotta break out of your own head wall.
Yeah.
Because I gotta promise you. Do you
Okay,
buy?
I mean, I'll
do you
just-
buy Andrew's head wall?
Not even a little bit.
No,
I'll just
no.
rephrase
Yeah.
it then. I'll just rephrase
I wouldn't
it.
pay for it. I wouldn't spend tax
No.
dollars toward it.
I'll just rephrase it. It's not as in my head. I'll just say like as a matter of my own opinion, you know, or something like that. Regardless, you know, we're all doing the same stuff. I'm just saying it. I'm just giving you the truth, which what you're doing, you know, I'm doing, everyone's doing.
I don't know if you're getting.
We're all
Oh,
thinking
you're
about
such a
opinions.
man of the people.
You know, we're all doing that.
Spelling words wrong.
Point being,
Okay.
there was a lot of times in which I didn't smell so good, and I was very upset. And ever since like I've been able to like have access to a shower, have access to like a lot of different like deodorants and stuff like that, And like I also bought a very nice cologne. You know,
You're
very
a man
nice
who likes to
deodorant.
mix them.
I don't mix them.
Oh, one pit, one flavor, one pit, the other.
That's disgusting.
I kind of like that actually.
you
That's
do
an
the
interesting
you do the
idea.
double flavors.
Yeah, you do like a.
You
banana-
can kind of manage your mood like that a little bit.
You're
Like,
like,
you
hey-
smell, you know.
hey,
What's the
lady-
name of that? Like for like an ice cream cone? You know what I'm talking about? Like where they do the
A
like
swirl?
like,
Swirl.
Get a little swirl going.
Well, I
Little
think
swirl deodorizer.
I think one way to attract ladies, you know, you can do banana on one side.
Wait,
strawberry
did
on
we
the
just
other.
think of a great idea?
I
Like
that.
double-sided
I
deodorant.
like that.
Wait, double-sided deodorant, one for each pit, different scents.
Where would you have the twist on?
Is that not a great idea?
It's not, because realistically, it would make much more sense to just have 2 sticks.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This is marketed as 2 deodorant sticks in one.
How would you swirl it though?
How would you swirl it? You could have one end and another end.
What if deodorant was soft
No,
serve
but,
ice cream?
but the thing is, what is still, again, we come back to
Just
what
go
is
boom,
stopping that person
twist
from just
it,
buying
boom.
2 deodorants? Unless the two were the two
You would
equal
save money.
one big deodorant.
You would save money.
You wouldn't though.
Yes, you would. You would save money.
It'd
And
be
then
like 30 cents less
and
for the
B,
cost.
B, they complement each other. So you might have like, you know, like a spicy deodorant on one end and maybe like a woodsy
Salty
deodorant on
sweet.
the other. Yeah, or something like that. So like something that's like, you know,
Salty sweet is such an underrated flavor combo.
For sure.
Like a little bit of salt on your caramel.
I don't think that's
Oh.
underrated at all. I think there's like a reason why they call things salted caramel.
No,
I think it's actually a very well rated
all right,
food.
what do you think? Is that a food? I would say.
or
it's
just
an
sweet
accent.
like yeah, like or it's like a dessert. at
Here's the
that
thing,
rate.
Andrew.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had something salty
Mhm.
and sweet?
Been a while, man. I
It's
haven't
been a
had
while.
it. But it's not because
That's
I
what
think
the
it's
people
not
are-
because I think it's underrated or I think I'm underrating it or people are underrating it. I think it's just because I just haven't chosen to have anything salty or sweet.
Here's the thing. This is what I want you.
But
to
I could
do.
get something salty and sweet like in a matter of seconds.
Really
like, if I
do it
wanted
right
to.
now.
Not like a matter of seconds, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like
He
it's a
just
figure
goes
of
down,
speech.
licks his own nuts.
Licks his own nuts and takes a sugar stick out of his hair.
I mean, my nuts are probably salty and sweet. Like I feel like they would be both.
Where's the sweetness coming from?
Just like they
Prostate
would-
gland?
No, I just think I have like I just feel like I would have sweet nuts. Like I don't know.
No.
It's a weird
Are you
conversation.
trying to advertise to the
I'm not
lady
trying to
listeners of this
advertise. I'm not
podcast?
trying like I'm just it's out there. They
Women, I
do with
want to
what
let
they
you know.
want with
I
that
got a tight
information.
bag.
You got a tight bag, as in.
Don't worry about it.
Gotcha. That required even a little more explanation from my end.
Yeah. But so
It's
how
like
No.
a drawstring sack. You could just kind of adjust how tight it is. Is that
There's a
what
string
you're
there.
saying? Interesting.
so we got a little sidetrack there.
No, we're right on track. And
we're
stop
right on
saying,
track,
Stop
yeah.
saying sidetrack. Just let the conversation flow.
I agree, but I
America-
do
Or
want
even just, all right, we're going to put this out there.
Yeah.
Even just go into it. Like, there's no reason to be like, hey, guys, quick update. Let me put a bookmark in this part
I
right
think it's
here.
important.
We got a little sidetrack.
I think it's important because it keeps a flow.
No, that
It
breaks,
doesn't-
that's a,
I
that's
think
a
it
break
keeps
in-
a flow.
No, you're wrong. That breaks.
I
the
think it
flow.
keeps a flow. I think
But
that
I
there's-
think the reality of the situation.
There's like it's like an abstract art piece. I get what you're trying to do. You're just throwing paint at it. You know, you're loving life, right? But at the same point in time, sometimes you
Most
need
artists
borders.
hate life.
Sometimes, okay, in the moment you might be enjoying life because you're making some art.
But I think the reality of the situation is probably we should just get sidetracked less.
No, I don't mind the chaos. I'm just saying that. It's like,
I think the listener minds the chaos. I think people enjoy something
look at you.
cohesive.
Look at Bobby talking about the listener now.
We're talking about the election. Yeah, I
Remember,
know you fucked.
He was not on
I
your
don't
side
think-
about
I-
the cat thing. He
I don't
was,
think-
he was
Yeah, I
anti-
wasn't on your side with that.
He
No, I
wanted you-
love the listeners. It's just what you think the listeners need, they don't need. I know what
Which
they
is
need.
why your YouTube suggestion list is
Yeah.
full of 1,000 view videos.
Yeah.
Mine are stuck with the 10 mils. I'm watching music videos, basketball news. Let's talk about the NBA championship. No, you guys didn't watch it, but LeBron James.
Skip ahead if
With
you know.
Corey.
obviously.
Yeah, I don't.
don't. The people here who watch this know basketball.
Are you guys ready to hear Larson's voice for 20 minutes? Because you're about to.
I got the nice lisp.
Give him like 2 minutes, man. Like
That's another podcast, I think.
That's what I said.
What we call
Well, I mean,
licking the lisp?
what's
Too
your-
short for basketball
what-
podcast.
That's a song, though.
Give it
Is it?
one good point to somebody, and also make the point be to somebody who's never watched basketball ever, just in case there is someone who's listening who's never watched basketball ever or doesn't really care about basketball. What would you say that you
All right,
know
guys.
that you feel
Let me
like
tell
it's
you this right now. I've been watching basketball practically my whole life. And honestly, next season will probably be the most interesting season in my lifetime. We have a former champions coming back. They're going to be more cohesive and stronger. We have a team known as the Clippers, LA's basement. They play in the same stadium. They're going to be back. They were actually favored to win the playoffs. We have Luka Doncic, the best young player that I've ever seen in my whole life. And then we also have Steph Curry coming back. I'm sure you guys all have heard of Steph. So that's 4 teams, 5, and there's even more teams from the West that are always in there. So we have no clue who's going to win. And then from the East, the 5th seed just made it to the playoffs, which is a very rare thing happening. So it just shows how much talent is there. So I would say as of right now, next year's basketball class, it's starting up in December, will be the most packed with talent that I've seen, and I think you should watch it. And if you do watch it, I'll sign your tits.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go. So you guys just heard it here first. But
You bring the pen.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
got pens for you.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I mean, I think basketball is a cool sport. I think there's a lot of like interesting things that happen in it. I think that from an observer standpoint, I have not kept up with anything in terms of the teams, who's in the teams.
I honestly think Larsa just got a little jealous that I went on a quick UFC rant, and he was
Yeah.
like, "I gotta get my sport in
He didn't
there."
get a sport in. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's okay. But I think what people really want to talk about is the election, and I think that's what's really important.
Yeah.
And I think that when we think about the election and we think about what's happening in America and we think about the implications of the various outcomes that may happen, one of which being Biden's
Kanye.
victory. Kanye,
Kanye,
too.
dude, he got 1% in
Kanye-
a couple places.
Yeah, Kanye got 1%.
That's
so
pretty lit. I'm pretty
so-
happy about that.
I can we just talk about how much we despise Bobby's approach to politics? It's one of the worst.
No.
Explain to me why you don't like it.
Because
I'd
like,
love to.
I think what you
throw onto
enjoy.
the
I think
floor
what
right
you
now.
enjoy about politics isn't like I don't think you give two shits about policy, government,
Typically, that's most people.
how various things are done. Like
You're wrong.
like,
Have you ever had an
I think-
in-depth
let me-
conversation with me
can I
about
fin-
politics?
can I
know pretty
finish-
good
can I
about it.
finish?
Totally, my bad.
let me finish my point.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna circle back to what you had just said. Okay, A, we know he's obviously a Trump supporter. B,
Number one, I'm not.
B. Okay, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure if we go back to the podcast, I'm pretty sure you did say something kind of very pro-Trumpy
Well, first of all,
when we were referring to the original.
I'll let
like,
you
the
say
original-
anything about what Trump wants
Yeah.
to do or what Trump has done, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're pro-Trumpy. So
Yeah.
first of all, you have agreed.
I just said
I'm sure you've
pro-Trumpy
agreed with candidates
with a
before.
Y.
I'm sure you've agreed with candidates before that you wouldn't have
Yeah.
voted for. But
Yeah.
I will say, I did vote for Trump in 2016. Did not vote for him this election.
Okay,
Let me tell you about my election
regardless,
history. None.
dude, just give me 1 second. So the point that I want to bring up is, should we, and I guess I'll just direct this right to Bobby, should we be sensationalizing politics? Like just because Kanye West is a great, singer, or not a great singer, but a good musician and, somebody who creates, really, really catchy songs that, invoke really, really great passions and emotions and pleasures. Should we make the people who make us happy, are they always the best leaders, I guess? And that's to you, Bobby.
Definitely not, no. And I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think Trump is a great leader, but I think he served as like a monkey wrench in the wheel. As in, like, there's a lot of, like, it was almost like a cleansing for politics in a way. And I don't think it's seen as that now, but I think it'll be seen as that later on, where I think that there's going to be a change, but I'm not sure, because somebody like Biden did win, and Biden seems to be another corporate Democrat that we've been seeing since Clinton. So realistically, I'm not sure if there is going to be a big change created by Trump. I don't know if Trump is going to be gone after this election. I don't know if his son is going to run after this. I don't really know.
He can run again 2024, right?
He might, but
He might be
again,
dead
maybe
by
his
then.
maybe
He'll
his,
be like
I don't
80.
think he will be.
He won't be
but
dead now.
I think maybe his son might run. I think maybe not Eric.
How do you think a Trump
I think they want Eric gone.
How do you think a Trump defeat like impacts the Republican Party as a whole?
I don't think it really impacts it much, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I think it was one of those things where it's like a high that they were riding for
Mhm.
a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the thing that I think is funny about Trump too is I think that the left wishes that they had somebody like Trump. What I mean by that is
Mhm.
the left version of Trump. What Trump is somebody who went somewhat against the grain of not the party lines itself, but against government itself. As in,
I would say
he
Bernie
was-
Sanders comes up to be a
They wish-
pretty strong. I think Bernie Sanders, his biggest issue, I think, is his age and the fact that he's a socialist in a capitalistic society.
Mhm.
I think finding like the Trump left is a very odd kind of almost like an oxymoron, just because what makes Trump Trump is the fact that he's like such a capitalist, and that he does have the ability to
the fact that he's viewed as not really playing by the rules. And I think that somewhat people view Bernie as that, someone who's very against the grain. Whereas, do you not agree with that? It seems like you don't.
No, I just lost my train of thought because of that. But it was
shouldn't
yeah,
have.
like well, yeah, it did. But anyways, the large point that I'm
Shows that
trying
you're
to
not focused.
the large point, yeah, it's hard to be focused when you're doing stuff. By the way, listener, I guess I'll report once again. Just
Don't
so you
report
understand.
shit.
I'm gonna
You're
report.
such a fucking
I'm gonna report.
Hey,
because-
he's the biggest.
He's the
Dude,
worst.
If we were in high school, I would kick your
I'm
ass.
going
Do
to
you know why
report.
he's doing it? So that they don't think that he had like a breach in
Yeah,
thought.
just-
So
I
that
did-
they're
no,
like,
because I
oh,
didn't.
just so I could explain
No,
why I
because
was
I
silent
did.
for a minute there.
Let me tell you something about politics, everyone. This is the thing.
As he puts
You-
down his phone.
You got two people. You got the people that live in one area. You got the people that live in the other. That's it. Everyone around here, we live in Monmouth County, New Jersey. If you want to come rob us, my address is 24 Bach Boulevard. Doors are always open.
That wasn't a good idea. Why would you?
That
do
was the why would you do that?
I want to punch someone. 5,000 euros, but whatever. So this is what I'm going to say. We live in a generally red district.
No,
Red
Monmouth County went on blue.
General. Did I not use the word generally?
People love saying that though for some reason. That
If
it's
we- if
red.
we- if
It's
we
not
use the word-
red.
if we use the
It's
word
definitely not
generally,
red.
then that could be.
If
for
you look-
anything.
They've gone red historically at times. But
Historically, it's
but
more red than blue.
No, again, but it's not so like, oh, they're a red fuck. Like it's
I didn't
really
say.
up in the air.
I didn't say we're like.
You're getting
we're
real
hard-
loud.
this is my problem right now.
I didn't say.
I'm trying to explain my point.
Got it. So you have to be loud to get your point across.
Fuck yeah. So. It depends on where you live, basically, because it's generational. No one, honestly, you hear these guys talking about policies and stuff. I know you guys. I'm the average Joe. Fuck voting. People don't give a fuck what they
You
do.
voted though.
I didn't vote.
Oh, you didn't vote?
No, fuck
Okay.
that.
Got it.
I didn't vote either. I did not.
Yeah, I voted.
Yeah.
Jorgensen all the way. Jorgensen, fucking
Joe,
the bitch.
the girl.
Yeah.
She wasn't hot enough. If I had a first female president, I want to see her I want to
So
see
you
her
vote for
privilege.
AOC?
I didn't vote.
No, she wasn't on the ballot. I'm saying in the future.
Who is she?
He goes,
Wow.
LL
We'll leave the basketball to this guy.
Yeah.
LL Cool J.
Mm-mm.
Who'd you say? I didn't even hear the initials.
AOC. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Cortez.
She,
You know who that
she,
is?
Who she married from basketball?
I don't know. What do you mean? I don't even know who this is.
She didn't marry anybody from
Then why did you
basketball.
say I know?
No, he's just
I
making.
said
he's
we'll
just making.
leave basketball to this guy, as in
Yeah.
the politics will be us.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
we have
okay,
basketball
whatever.
will be you.
But all right, so this is okay. Whatever. He confused me. People don't give a fuck about policies. I know you guys don't. You vote for who you think is the best for your social standing. If you got a lot of friends that are Republican, you're gonna vote Republican, unless if you're like anti-culture people, like fuck you guys, you're gonna vote against it. Or if you're like,
You're like anti culture.
yeah, it's like literally if you are. Hey, all right, if we're in a friend group, right, where we're
Yeah.
a bunch of fucking hillbillies, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm voting Trump because
Yeah.
all my friends are fucking hillbillies, and like,
And like
my-
if I vote Biden, I might as well be like a rainbow.
I'm going to the bathroom. Fuck you, people.
I might as well be a rainbow coming out of a seal's asshole. You know.
That's it. No, but literally, politics, just like everything else, it's your fucking social group.
He just blows right his nose. But I mean, there's obviously. I think he might be allergic to the
Are
cat.
you sick? Like, you have a robe on, your face is red, you're rubbing your nose. Like, are you okay?
I think he's just allergic to the cat. That's what I think it is. I think the cat.
It really might be.
Well, here's the thing. I'm very hot right now, and I was hot before I had the robe on,
Get the robe off.
but I put it on.
Did you just hear what he said? I was hot before I had the robe on.
Dude,
So what made you put the robe on?
He said he
I thought it was a
insisted,
good
yeah.
look.
He thought it was a good look.
Jesus.
And once you have a robe on, you don't take it off unless you're ready for
I think it's
plowing.
because the last couple times I saw you, you were in the Hugh Hefner costume, which you had a robe on, and I think you got so accustomed to like having a robe on.
How did that robe get off me at that party?
I don't know.
I
don't
think
know.
that girl undressed me while I was asleep.
So there was a party we went to. It was a Halloween party, and Larson went as Hugh Hefner, who is a notorious playboy.
We know who Hugh
Millionaire.
Hefner is, right?
Who they maybe they don't know.
Fuck you if you don't know.
There's people who don't know things that exist,
All right, and then
you
fuck
know.
them for not knowing Hugh Hefner.
Well, now they do. Now they do. Anyways, so he went as that, and he was wearing a robe. And then I guess like randomly, as he was like when he woke up, he didn't have the robe, and someone else had his robe, and he never once, I guess, remembered taking off the robe or whatever the case may be. I think he believes the robe was stolen from him.
But you
And
also
then
got
used-
the robe back.
I know. I just found it
No,
very
no, but
weird.
well, I
falling
think what
asleep
it was.
with something on.
I think
and
what
then
it
you wake up
was.
with it
I
on.
think what it was somebody might have gotten a little chilly. Maybe they saw
Oh,
Larson.
the chick was wearing your robe.
Yeah,
The
I was
chick
like,
was-
that? Yeah, she took it from you.
yeah, but I was asleep with it on, so I'm like, did I get unrobed as I slept?
How do you feel about that possibility? Like, do you feel violated by any means? Or?
From a man who's been drugged and plowed before, no.
No. Okay.
You've been plowed?
do you want to talk about that?
Do you not know the IUP story?
That involved a woman.
Yeah, I mean, I did the plowing.
I don't think that
But-
he got like.
I didn't get anything on my butt.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, maybe I did.
I mean, when it comes to plowing, I feel like you can't really plow with an improper tool, which would be a vagina.
I think the
feel
word.
like.
I think plowing is a way for
Alright.
him to like mentally cope with what happened. I think he just was basically just someone. Sat
It's
on
interesting
top of
that
him.
saying I got plowed while I was drunk is a way of mentally coping instead of just saying I had sex with somebody.
No, because I
But
think plowing
sex
means like.
is so medical.
I think plowing makes him sound more like he was in control, whereas like
What,
he probably
he's getting
wasn't.
plowed?
No, I
That
don't.
oh yeah, so in control.
Here's the thing. Plowing is just a word that I've been using this week. I made nookie while I was drunk.
You
Or
made
drugged.
nookie. Okay.
You made nookie?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Okay, but you
Yo,
just
mom, you making nookie this Thanksgiving?
Oh, you don't want to say that to your
Some
mother.
fresh nookie?
so anyways, back to the point. So so did you feel violated or what was it? Was it a
No,
maybe not even just the robe thing, but this specifically this moment where I guess you were drunk and
No, I didn't
Yeah.
feel violated. All right, for that specific moment, no, because I went to her apartment going to fuck her, and then.
so then I don't know what you're bringing up that story for. That was just a story where you got drunk and you had sex.
No, I was drugged.
I know, but the way you made it sound was that you were harboring a traumatic experience.
Harboring?
Harboring.
Harboring. Oh my god.
That's what I
This is
said.
a disaster today.
Okay,
This is a myriad of bullshit right now.
Listen,
No,
A
listen,
myriad.
no,
Listen,
you asked me if her unrobing
I'm gonna bring
me-
this up. I know a lot of words.
No,
I don't
he
know how
doesn't.
to say a lot of words.
I think it's
okay?
all the non-filtered water you're always drinking at your house.
I know a
Non-filtered water makes you strong, though.
I know a plethora. I know a plethora of words.
That's a common word.
That's not a common word. Plethora. That's a 3-syllable word.
Just because it got
That's an
3
easy
syllables.
word.
It's an easy word.
Not
Give me
easy-
a tough word.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's not a word.
a jar.
Supercalifragilistic. What was it?
Dude,
No, say it one more
have
time.
you never
I'll tell
seen
ya.
Mary Poppins?
Let me
Yeah,
tip
no,
my
say-
hat.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. There you go. Done.
Okay. Anyway, the reason why I brought up that story was because
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
you asked me
Did it twice.
was being derobed. Did I feel violated?
Yeah,
and
did you
then
feel
I
violated?
mentioned I was already drugged and fucked. So that's
But the way you told me the story wasn't that like, hey man, you know, I was
I
just
think
hanging
it's
out.
a funny
Like, hey man,
story.
I was just chilling at a bar. All of a sudden, I wake
No,
up
that's
and
not
I'm
the
like,
story at all.
that's a I got drugged and fucked. What you're explaining to me is you wanted to have sex with this lady or girl, whatever, and you went to her house and
I got
you
conquered.
had a little bit of sex and you did some drugs.
No, that's not.
That's what it
happened.
sounds like. Exactly what happened. You had sex and you did drugs.
Okay, what
Or you
you've
did
heard
drugs
the
and had
story.
sex.
Give him the quick C nut.
He's heard the story. All right, whatever. So
This was Hot Topic, lady.
no, dude, you've heard this story.
All right, well then go ahead.
Oh my gosh! All right, so I was out of college, and so my friends kept cock blocking me. I was talking, because we were at a couple different parties, and every time that I started talking to a girl, my friend kept cock blocking me because I don't know if you guys ever been to IUP, but the frats like own a section of housing, and they would be like, "No, we're going to the next party." So after the third or fourth time, I was like really pissed because like I wanted to get my fucking nut. So you hop on Tinder. And this girl was like, I'm at Phi-Sci, so I'm like, word. So I go to Phi-Sci. I'm already a little drunk. So I meet the girl that I matched with on Tinder. And I don't know if you guys do this. I do it. You get drunk, and then you kind of forget to talk to people. So I forget to talk to the girl that I was with, and then I saw a girl with tattoos. So then I was like, fuck, that's some sick ink. I'm a big ink guy. And then we were talking about movies, and Bobby, you remember this movie, The Circle.
Mm-hmm.
So I started explaining to her the plot of The Circle. And I was like, do you want to go watch it? And she was like, yeah. So I go to her apartment. I'm like, okay, I'm fucked up. This chick's met me for all of 3 minutes, and she's taking me to her apartment. We're gonna bone. So I'm like,
100%.
sick.
There's no way that doesn't happen.
So I get there. She's like, do you want another drink? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want another drink. So then I take she gave me a glass with possibly, I don't even think it was that much because I did a shooter with it, but a double shot of Captain. And then after that, I was like, fuck, it hit me really hard. 30 minutes later, last thing I remember, I was doing some fucking weird shit. You ever watch a movie and you got your girl's legs on your fucking shoulders and her coochie's keeping your neck warm? You never had that before where you're laying on a couch?
You're asking us.
Yeah.
I thought it was you were gauging the listeners.
Well, the listener, you're laying with your girl.
Well, I mean, we're here, so I
Yeah.
guess we'll
Yep.
be the listener. I've never personally, I guess, experienced that, but maybe there was a listener who
I'm
has
not big
who
on the
has had that.
coochie warmth on the back of my neck. I'm gonna
Well,
be
it
honest
was
with
weird.
I think it was
Like-
the front of his neck.
No, it was back. I was laying down back like this, and her legs are
Oh, you're
over like
saying.
that.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
And then so a scene happened. I was like, all right, I'm gonna kiss her.
Yeah.
So then I kiss her, and then I black out, and I don't black out. I'll black out for 30 minutes, but I was blacked for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I wake up the next morning, felt like deaf,
Yeah.
and the inside of my mouth felt like pennies.
Yeah.
And I look at the clock. It's fucking 2 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm nude. She's nude in the bed. I'm like, fuck, this just happened. So I wake up and I'm like, fuck. I felt like death. And my friends text me because they're about to leave. And they have no clue where I was. Because I don't know if I mentioned the party before. Since I was pissed at them, I just left without them knowing. So they were just about to leave me in Pennsylvania. And
It's not a place you want to be left.
so then I told them the story. They're like, yeah, bro, she roofied you. And, that's what I've been rolling with. But it's kind of...
Was she hot?
Honestly, I can't even remember.
Any girl's gonna resort to
Probably not.
roofing you. Yeah.
She was probably decent, unless if I was doing this thing I used to doing in high school. So it could have been one of those nights. We liked hooking up with sixes just because it was a fun thing to say. Get with sixes. So it could have been a six.
Just because it's a fun thing to say.
Not.
Listen, I'd love to get with you tonight, but you're a 7.5. I'm sorry about it.
Or no,
but
even worse.
strictly
Like
sixes.
you're 6.7. I don't know. Can you do a 6.7, or does it have to if it's a 6 is involved?
It falls in line with the 6.
Even a 6.9, 8, 7.
I'd say you could do it.
If we're
If someone's a 6.9, you're gonna tell them they're a
also,
7.
ladies, this isn't degrading you. A 6 is above average. I know some men, when they say oh, she's a 5, that's trying to say you're ugly. No, that just means you're average.
That's a good point. And I would if we're talking just average, there's a lot of average girls I would fuck. They're average.
Bro, men are fucking animals.
Yeah.
I see.
If a girl's personality just
That's a good
kicks
point. Dude.
ass,
There are dudes out there fucking goats.
Yeah,
There's dudes out there.
there's
just
probably
fucking
women out there
goats.
fucking goats too. Maybe you guys.
I don't think any
Women
woman,
fuck dogs.
Yeah, but I think a man is fucking a goat
Maybe
out
we
of
need to set up some
necessity.
sort
I think
of,
a
like-
girl is fucking a goat out of curiosity. Like I think there's a difference. I think a man just needs his nut so badly that
You don't
the
think
goat-
it's a curious activity
Dude, what
for a
are-
man?
Andrew-
I don't think the man is like that
Andrew, you're
enthralled about what he's
you're
doing.
greatly undermining the women need for sex. I know you ladies. You're freaks. You love sex, and we love it too. Don't let this guy try to talk you down like it's a weird thing. Like, oh, I'm just curious. Nah, you want to get your fucking shit.
No,
right.
I'm just saying that I don't think a woman, like, if she wanted to have sex, I don't think that's like, wow, where's the nearest goat? Like, I don't think she has to think that way. I think she's just like, okay, like a guy who needs to have sex in like the fucking Saudi desert or some shit might have to be like, or Sudan desert or some shit. He might have to be like, fuck, I only have a
I don't
goat.
think either one of those are deserts.
The Sudan desert? I think that's the desert. Oh, Sahara. I think that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Sahara Desert. But I think that-
Suzanne does.
I think
Suzanne.
I said Sudan.
You know what?
But I
Some,
will-
some
I
people
will-
say Suzanne down there is a desert.
I will.
Yes,
I will go.
of
I will
course.
go on record as saying that there is most likely a desert in Sudan. And
I'm sure
Saudi
there is.
Arabia and that.
I'm sure there's a desert there, but I'm almost positive. Like, there's no American desert.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
it might. It might have
You ever
come.
been to Vegas?
No, I'm saying there's no desert in America called the American desert.
No,
Like how
there's
there's no desert in
But
Sudan
it
called
might-
the Sudan
There
desert.
might,
a good point.
there might be a euphemism though for it, like, or not a euphemism, but there might be like it might be like analogous to like if I was like if you were to say like the American desert, I might call like where's that area in like near like Vegas and Nevada where it's like Devil's something.
Death Valley.
Death
bro?
Valley, there you go. Like Death Valley, I might be called like here we are, America's desert. I might say that.
You'd
I
be
might
wrong
be,
to
yeah,
say
I know,
that,
but
bro.
I think somebody might be like, oh, haha, because we're in America and it's a
No,
desert.
no one would ever laugh at that.
I think you greatly
Here's the-
underestimate people who may laugh at things in a desert. I think that like people are looking for joy.
Here's the thing: when people use the word, here's the thing: when you come up with a name such as Death Valley, like that's like the most metal fucking mad at.
Yeah, and
Mad
I'm
Max
just
shit that's out
slapping
there.
Death Valley right in the face and just calling it something completely
That's the
different.
thing, you stick with that name. Would you want to go to the American desert or Death Valley?
It's not even a kick-ass joke. It's just something to get us through like the desert experience.
You
That's
don't
all
need to get
is.
through it.
You
It's-
do.
No,
Because you're in the desert. No
Here's
one
the
wants
thing.
to be there.
Here's the thing. That's what movies say. There's a lot of shit going on in the
Have
desert.
you ever been to the desert?
I've been to the desert.
You've been to the desert.
I've
What
been to
desert?
Suzanne's desert.
You've been to Suzanne's desert.
Fire.
Funny. Wait, what desert have you been to? You haven't.
Yeah, we can call it the arid belows.
I'm
The
down.
arid nether regions.
I would love to hit up a desert. I would love to see what's up with
You
these
never even
deserts.
ridden.
What do you mean?
anything,
What's
buddy.
up with the nothing? That's what it's about, man. It's
They got-
deserted. That's
they-
what I say. Deserted. There's nothing going on over there.
They
You
got-
can't build shit on it. You can't fucking.
They got
do anything.
sand. They got scorpions, and they got those. What are those beetles that roll up shit? Dung beetles.
Gung Bill, yeah.
Dung beetles,
Yeah.
as I like to call them.
For sure.
I think they. I don't have that.
Oh wow! Look
I'm
at this
tired.
guy.
It's late. We're doing a very late podcast.
It's almost 12. It's cool.
It's midnight. Yeah, I was about to say we should probably wrap it up soon.
No, viewers, I know you don't sleep. You got nothing going on.
I think they have so much going on. I feel like they're such busy people whom have a lot going on. But I mean, it's not the only episode that they have. They can listen to the next episode.
They can listen to every fucking. This is what I'm gonna tell you right now.
You get
Listen to the first episode second. This episode first.
No.
And then
I think
I'll-
it goes better
and
in
then,
chronological order.
and then I want you to watch 3 episodes of Naruto.
We were a
And then
little.
come back to
Come back to the 5th episode. I need you to not even pay attention to 3, 4, and
I
3
think
and
we were a
4.
little all over the place in this episode.
I agree. I think there was, but I think that when we look back on it, I think that we had a really great
I think
conversation.
maybe we look back on it while it's in our documents.
I think that's a good point.
Maybe
All right.
not on YouTube.
I say we wrap it up and call it a podcast, call it a
Faux show.
call it a chat.
All right, Margaret. This is but enough about me,
Um,
and I'll catch you on the next episode.
I guess Peter, adios. You have to say someone's name. Because there's a chance that somebody who's listening might have that exact.
Darren,
Darren,
do good in school.
keep the grades
You're
up.
not gonna give him a kiss? Give him a
I
little
don't
kiss.
think so. He doesn't deserve
I'll
it.
give you one.
He's into some weird shit. I don't think I want to.
Ooh. Oh, wait, Jared, that's thinking. I'm not. I know we talked about some weird stuff today, but I ain't into it. Not one bit.
All right, Darren. All right, Darren. You have a good night. You have a good night, everybody, or a good morning, or good afternoon. All right.
Fuck you, Canada.
Bye.